War Room Pandemic with Stephen K. Bannon.
The epidemic is a demon, and we cannot let this demon hide.
War Room Pandemic. Here's your host, Stephen K. Bannon.
Total sleep system, high-level R&D, high-level manufacturing. Go to mypillow.com right now. Type in promo code WARROOM. 30% off this revolutionary sleep system. Get a mattress, pillows, sheets, all of it. 30% off right now. 10-year guarantee. 6 months money-back guarantee. If you don't love it, Mike Lindell says, send it back to us. You get all your money back. Go there today, mypillow.com. But you got to type in promo code WARROOM. Also, $29.98 for the pillows. Throwing another $5. You go from the queen size to the kings, $40 off. You got the Giza sheets, 2 for 1. Also, you get 40% off the slippers and moccasins. Sales all over the place. Up to 66% discount when you type in promo code WARROOM. So go there today. Okay, I want to go to Dr. Maria Ryan. Dr. Ryan, this guy, is it Barrick? Ralph Barrick is his name, I think, University of North Carolina. He's a cohort, a colleague of Tony Fauci. He's not as famous. We've been talking about him since the spring of 2020. He's not as famous as we're going to make him. Tell us about, the National Pulse reporting, Natalie Winters, Raheem Kassam, the whole group over there done an amazing job on bringing Barrick to the forefront, but now we're going to make him famous. Talk to us about Dr. Barrick, ma'am.
Dr. Ralph Barrick is known as the coronavirus hunter, where Dr. Shi Zhengli in China, or Dr. Zhengli Shi, it's probably pronounced in China, was called the Batwoman. He has been working on coronaviruses since about 2001. And then he began working with the Institute of Virology, the Wuhan Lab of Virology, with Dr. Shi Zhengli, and they co-authored a paper in 2015. This is when they isolated the bat coronavirus and engineered it to emerge in mice. They successfully tested in mice. And in 2014, in the Obama administration, there was a lot of concern about gain-of-function research. So they didn't allow any more funding in the United States because Dr. Barrick in the University of North Carolina got a lot of money to look at this. And Dr. Barrick also stood to gain money. I don't want to get sidetracked, but in the 1980s, some university rulings have changed and they were allowed then to make money, especially with drug companies. So scientists, instead of looking at things for the purity of science, wanted to make money with drug companies. But anyways, so he's working with Dr. Shi Zhengli. They isolate, they manipulate the coronavirus, successfully moved into mice. They knew that they were going to be able to engineer it to go into humans. Supposedly, it was all about being able to look at if it emerged naturally, how they would treat it. But here's the problem I have. Dr. Barrick came out and said, wow, it's a little bit suspicious that people are getting sick in the Wuhan wet market when it's in close proximity to the Wuhan Institute of Virology, Lab of Virology. But he did nothing further. He should have stood on his heels and said, listen, I've been doing this research. We've manipulated that coronavirus. Everybody shut down Wuhan right now. Fauci should have been saying that. They could have prevented this pandemic, but instead they sat on their laurels and did CYA. And another thing, that this may not be a smoking gun and it may just be an ethical issue, not a criminal issue. So in 2015, he writes this paper with Dr. Shi Zhengli because they successfully re-engineered the virus. So that gets out in Nature magazine in June of 2015. December 2015, I have a confidential document where the NIH, the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, Dr. Francis Collins and Dr. Fauci's department, and Moderna signed an agreement to start looking at a vaccine. Again, it may not be illegal, but certainly they stood to profit if this turned into a pandemic, if this successfully went into a pandemic.
Okay. We're gonna go in deeper. We're gonna drill down deeper on that confidential document because it's pretty explosive. We've got to end the show in a couple of minutes, so I want to tee up something you said that's very, very important. People have to remember, as we've done this timeline here, you got to remember something that is everything. It was Dr. Barrick's experiments. It was Dr. Barrick's gain of function experiments that really led the Obama administration in 2014 to put the ban on gain of function and the ban on actually funding even this overseas. The pause, the great pause of, hey, we got to shut this thing down, was because Barrick, and I believe it was Barrick's upcoming peer-reviewed journal articles where people are going, exactly what is this guy doing down there, and is this stuff totally under control? It was Obama's National Security Council that did that. And remember, that was not officially lifted. I know there's a lot of stuff about it happening in January of 2017, and those were potential proposals from the national security. NIH, Collins and Fauci formally did it in December of 2017 after Collins had left HHS, before Azar came in. As Peter Navarre says, they slipped it in the middle of the night. We're going to have Sherry Markson on from Australia tonight to start the evening show, because she's broken the blockbuster that she knows how Fauci forced this through the White House behind everybody's back. So don't use the misdirection play of January 2017. That is a misdirection play. This Barrett guy, his experimentation was so dangerous, so outside the bounds, that Obama's National Security Council said, full stop. We got to get our arms around this. Exactly what you guys are doing, right? Because if you're doing this to make some vaccines and stuff like that, this is really weaponization. It can get out of control right away. We don't know if we have control of this. Dr. Ryan, how do people get to your social media? And I know you're a big part of Rudy's podcast, so tell us about that. We got about 30 seconds.
Yes, rudyscommonsense.com. He did a wonderful podcast with Dr. Yan exposing a lot of this, what happened in the Wuhan lab, and also the fact that the military was involved and they have a bioweapons program. I'm at Maria Ryan NH on Twitter and drmaria.com on my website.
Dr. Maria Ryan, thank you very much. Amazing. And by the way, that's the PLA, the People's Liberation Military, which controls and runs the Wuhan lab. Everybody knows this. All this nonsense the media is spinning right now.
They're throughout.
Oh yeah, they have a whole program. They're going to build 6 more Wuhans or 5 more, but they got hundreds of labs throughout the nation. It's a disaster. We're going to get our arms around it. Okay, tonight at 5 o'clock, it's going to be a blockbuster show. Tune in. We start with Sherry Markson. We've got the new elected mayor in McAllen, Texas, Hispanic working class mayor. We've got Boris Epstein. We've got Darren Beatty. We've got so much pounding in on the War Room. Come back at 5 o'clock. See you then.